The high weight of the agricultural machine can be both an advantage and disadvantage depending on the cooperating tractor, the type of device suspension, the type of soil and specific cultivation conditions. In the context of the benefits of the greater mass of the agricultural machine, it translates to a better work effect under all field and climate conditions, e.g. in drought conditions where working with light constructed equipment will be not possible. Several key advantages can be highlighted, which I will present in this video. Let's start with the most important, which is more pressure on the soil. Heavier machines provide better contact of the working tools with the soil, which may be essential for effective cultivation. For example, during cultivation or harrowing, heavier machines can better enter the soil, breaking up harder clumps and preparing the soil for sowing. An additional advantage is stability. Heavier machines are often more stable on uneven or sloping terrains. This reduces the risk of losing control of the machine during work. Durability and strength are another positive aspect. Machines with greater mass are solidly built, which translates to longer lifespan. The machine will undoubtedly perform longer cultivation runs, so for large farms, it is worth investing in additional kilograms of steel. Thicker and stronger components are more resistant to damage, especially under tough cultivation conditions. Additionally, we have the possibility of mounting additional tools. Heavier machines have a greater load capacity, which allows mounting additional tools or accessories without fear of overloading. It is important always to tailor the choice of the machine to the specific needs and conditions prevailing on a given field. In the case of very heavy agricultural machines, which will work on light soils, it is important to equip them with cultivation rollers of appropriate bearing capacity to avoid unwanted sinking of the roller in the soil. The choice of agricultural tractor and the appropriate suspension, as well as the weight of the agricultural machine, are key decisions for the farmer. The choice of the right combination can significantly affect work efficiency, operating costs, and soil cultivation quality. For instance, mounted machines are usually easier to maneuver, especially on smaller fields or in difficult terrain conditions. Mounted machines are lighter, usually causing less resistance during driving, resulting in reduced fuel consumption. Additionally, they are smaller and easier to store. But what are their disadvantages? First of all, they can significantly burden the tractor, which can affect its durability. Mounted machines may have a limited working width compared to trailed ones. The limitation is the tractor's hydraulic lift, because semi-mounted machines have their own chassis. More weight rests on the machine's running gear and less on the tractor's lift or hitch. A semi-mounted cultivation machine with its own chassis has its own wheels and chassis, but at the same time requires support from the tractor, which provides the drive and is responsible for their control. Thanks to its own chassis, the machine's load is more evenly distributed. This reduces the load on the tractor, which is beneficial for its suspension and overall durability. When fields are far away from the farm, a farmer should always consider buying a machine with a running gear despite the higher purchase cost. The tractor works with many cultivation devices during the season, so it's worth distributing the forces affecting the tractor during transport more on the machine than on the tractor itself to avoid costly repairs and overhauls of the pulling machine in the future. The advantages of semi-mounted cultivation machines with their own chassis include the fact that they are usually larger, which allows for faster and more efficient work on large surfaces. Additionally, because the machines are semi-mounted and not mounted on the tractor, they do not burden its rear lift system as much. Another advantage is the ability to work with smaller tractors. Semi-mounted machines are designed to be used with lower powered tractors. The disadvantage of trailed or semi-mounted cultivation machines is certainly greater spatial requirements. They require more storage space and can be more difficult to maneuver due to their large size. Poor maneuverability on small fields means more time needed on headlands. When fields are divided into small parts, semi-mounted machines will not be the best choice. Additional elements like the drawbar and running gear generate higher financial outlays for production, which means a higher purchase cost for the farmer. The basic advantage of semi-mounted machines is the relief of the agricultural tractor's lifting systems and the possibility of working the same pulling device with a cultivation machine with a width of up to 1.5 meters larger, which means the investment will pay off quickly. When choosing a cultivation machine, it is important to consider soil type, distance from the machine's parking to the fields, the size of the plots the machine will work on, the transport distances it will cover, the type of work to be done, and the budget. A well-matched tractor and cultivation machine can significantly increase efficiency of work while simultaneously reducing fuel consumption and operating costs. The Rolmako company is a manufacturer of cultivation machines, which offers in its portfolio a full range of equipment for the smallest farms to large area farms with high-power tractors where devices with soil processing capabilities of widths of 8, 10 or 12 meters are needed. A good example is disc harrows, which start at a width of 1.25 meter for orchard needs and end at 12 meters for large farms and service companies. The machines significantly differ from each other in terms of mass, cushioning, distance between working tools, disc tilt angle, distribution of the center of gravity. All to adapt the disc harrow to the specific conditions it will work in. Large agricultural machines with appropriate working parameters must have the right weight. In the case of large cultivation areas, the choice should be for semi-mounted machines. Cultivation devices can be equipped with front support wheels to relieve the hydraulic system of the tractor in field work. To relieve tractors, it is worth considering alternative suspension systems with some machines and replacing the basic 3-point linkage with a drawbar eye or ball hitch. Heavy soils, such as clays or black earth, can be difficult to process due to their compact and hard structures. Heavier cultivation machines are able to penetrate these surfaces better, which allows for deeper and more effective soil loosening. In drought conditions, it is crucial to retain as much moisture in the soil as possible. Deeper cultivation enabled by heavier machines allows the covering of surface soil layers, which reduces evaporation and helps retain water in the soil. Thanks to this, plants have better access to moisture during periods when rainfall is scarce. Although compaction is often seen as a problem, controlled compaction can be beneficial in drought conditions. Light compaction of the soil surface after cultivation can help retain moisture. Heavier machines offer better stability, which is especially important on hard, uneven terrain. This in turn ensures more uniform cultivation and minimizes the risk of equipment damage. The choice between a trailed and a mounted machine depends on individual needs and the specifics of the farm. It is important to consider the size of the field, the type of work to be done, the availability of storage space, and the power and type of the tractor you have. In difficult conditions such as heavy soil and drought, stronger and more durable machines are required. Heavier equipment is typically solidly built, which can mean a longer lifespan and less need for frequent repairs, which ultimately translates into greater efficiency, safety, and working comfort. They allow work in the toughest conditions such as hard soil and drought. Heavier farm machines offer a range of benefits that are unavailable with light structures. You might be wondering who we are. Rolmako is a manufacturer of agricultural machines, mostly exporting its products to foreign markets. Right now, we want to focus on Poland, wanting to leverage the experience gained in the international market, which provides a solid foundation for our activities. But are we a good partner? What is our mission and strategy, and what can we offer our customers and dealers? We encourage you to learn more about our brand's history. You can find everything in our presentation, which you can find at rolmako.com/presentation. Do you share our opinion on this matter? What are your experiences with heavy tillage equipment? We look forward to your opinions in the comments below the video.